What degree are you getting? Where are you going to college? Have you picked a college yet? What degree are you getting? Where are you going to college? Where are you going to college? What degree are you getting? To college?
Stop! Do you actually need a 4-year degree to be successful in the workforce? Every student is told the same story. Go to a 4-year college and you will succeed. That message is everywhere, in speeches, teacher spills, guidance counselors, and family conversation. But success does not resemble a single path. For millions of Americans, other routes lead to steady work, more quickly and with less debt. Today, we will look at 3 alternatives: industry certifications, post-secondary certificates, and apprenticeships. Ask yourself, could these be better options for some people? First, the scale of these opportunities is larger than most think. As one major study puts it, there are 29 million middle jobs in the United States today. 2/5 of those jobs pay $50,000 or more a year. That means there are millions of job opportunities out there that don't strictly require you to have a bachelor's degree, yet still give you the opportunity to get a middle-class wage or more. I argue that targeted credentials and work-based training are not just second best for most people. They are smart, practical, and often have higher investments than a typical 4-year degree. In today's short film, I will show evidence from economic studies, hear from people who actually chose these pathways, and give concrete steps for students and families who might want to explore these alternatives. Meet Amy. She completed a pharmacy technician certificate, did an internship at a hospital, and now works full-time in healthcare.
Well, I did start out at the traditional 4-year route. Then I did some jobs, decided I wanted to go back to get more education, but I decided I wanted to do OTech because it is a quicker route and it's less expensive. College is quite as expensive, so yeah. And I could get a steady job, and that would provide for opportunities if I ever decide to go back to a 4-year.
Meet Shane. He's a certified residential appraiser.
It's kind of like an apprentice. You have to have someone supervise you through certain requirements before you can actually test and get a license to kind of do it on your own. I think it helped me learn the on-the-job skills and things that you need to do the job.
That is training that translates directly into paid work. Do these pathways actually pay off? Short answer, yes. But with most things, it depends on a multitude of factors. A couple of programs out there could be disconnected from what employers are actually looking for, causing results to suffer. But when training lines up with what real employers want, it works wonders. In plain terms, program design matters. And when they do work, they tend to work in a few key ways: time and money. Certificates and apprenticeships can be done in months to 2 years, not 4, which means faster entry into pay and less time without income. Amy notes the cost difference plainly.
It's a fraction of the cost of college. Basically, the whole course probably costs the same as a semester or 2 of college. So it's a lot more affordable.
In practice, that means less debt and faster entry into the labor market. So, what do these studies actually say? Do these alternatives really pay off? Let's start with apprenticeships. And this one's big. Across multiple major evaluations, apprenticeships don't just earn more, they keep earning more. Researchers like Reed and his team found long-term wage gains in the ranges of 30 to 40%. Industry-specific training tells a similar story, if it is done right. Rigorous studies, including randomized trials like Project Quest, show growing profit, often in the teens up to 20 or even 30%. That kind of model might sound unfamiliar, but it's already playing out in places like here in Ogden, through programs tied directly to local employers, including technical pathways offered at OTEC. Certificates are a bit more mixed, but still meaningful. On average, the gains are smaller, but in fields like healthcare or the skilled trades, certificates paired with real employer demand can still get you on the right track, with less hassle and time spent finding your niche.
In other words, these pathways don't work just by accident. When training lines up with real work expectation, whether nationally or right here in Utah, the payoff can be real.
So, how do you actually weigh the choice? Here's a simple checklist I wish someone handed me earlier. First, cost and time.
How long does it take? How much comes out of pocket?
Second, employee connections.
Does the program place students into real job opportunities? Does it offer apprenticeships? Professionals find that employer ties are the single strongest predictor of job placement.
It's also kind of go at your own pace. So if you don't have as many hours, like if you have a full-time job but are still going there, you can have a more flexible schedule. If you have more time, then you can complete the program earlier.
Yeah.
They also provide internships, which helps with job placement. So it was really nice.
Third, earning evidence.
Look for programs with evaluations of statistical earnings and other real placement data.
Number 4, stackability and mobility.
Can this credential build towards a degree, like an associate's or even bachelor's later on? Many CTE pathways are stackable, and some students go on to complete higher degrees over time after they're done exploring.
You need to discover who you are, what interests you, what you're good at. So good self-assessment of like who you are, your skills, what you have an interest in, what you don't have an interest in, what you could consider yourself doing, and what you was like, no way, I'm not doing that. Just to give you a gauge of where you want to go, what you want to do, whether that's a certain thing in college or whether that's a technical career path or whether that's just trailblazing path on your own. I think knowing will help you guide you where you want to go, so you're not spinning your wheels, wasting a lot of time.
But let's be a little honest. Sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay. Maybe you start a program and realize it's not for you, or waste money on a degree that you don't end up using. That's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you learned something about work, about yourself. And you grew as a person, and you're ready for the next step. That's exactly what a lot of these short certificates and courses are made for. They're a way to explore, ask questions, and build momentum without locking yourself into one path. So, if you're choosing the next step, do this now.
Talk to people working in fields you're curious about. Ask them how they got their job. Look for programs with employer placement or apprenticeships. The data shows those are far likelier to pay off. Think of it as a short-term experiment. Try a certificate at a place like OTEC or an internship before committing 4 years at a college. Many of these pathways can stack later. College can be a powerful tool for many people, but if the message you got was 4 years or bust, please know that's only one story. For people like Amy and Shane, targeted training, certificates, and apprenticeships led to steady work faster and with less debt. That matters.
So when it comes down to the end, test the waters, try something, talk to someone. Don't let one overtold story tell your future.